back to Underrated Movies. I haven't talked to you. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today, I'd like to talk to you about another underrated film that I just happened to check out, and that film was actually pretty good. It might be. It's not going to be for everybody. It's kind of going to be like those love it or you hate it kind of movies. And this is kind of like in the veins of the film It Comes at Night by A24. This actually feels like an A24 film, just in my opinion. And this film is called, it's a horror drama. It's currently available on Tubi. It's called My Heart Can't Beat Unless You, My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To. And it's a horror drama centered around, it stars Patrick Figget and Owen Campbell, and also Ingrid Sophie. It's a story. It's a horror drama centered around a siblings, a family trio of two brothers, one sister. The older brother and the sister. I think the sister is actually the eldest. They are taking care of their youngest sibling, the brother, who is gravely ill. They take care of him. However, there's a catch. They have to feed him human blood for him to survive and deal with his illness. The film takes place on the point of view of the other brother, who is pretty much feels suffocated and don't know where to go, and kind of is dealing with an identity crisis of being drawn into this lifestyle. Spoiler alert: the younger brother's a vampire. Seriously, he's a vampire. That's kind of a given away based on certain traits that they're giving out with the way that they're portraying it, and plus it just makes sense, especially towards the as the film plays out, the more it reveals itself of what's going on and what's happening to this kid. This kid is very isolated, very sheltered, and very lost. Uh, I'm referring to the really wants to fit in and understand what the world is like. And unfortunately, he is not given the chance to do that because he is sheltered so heavily by his older siblings who care and provide for him. But you see that his desire to fit in and be a part of the world is diminishing, and you see that yearning for it, and you see it, which is kind of really sad and heartbreaking at the same time, because you really center on a character who really wants to establish to establish his own kind of identity, but he's unable to because of his condition and what he's capable of. The siblings are kind of butting heads of how to proceed of handling the brothers vampire, I'm just saying, vampire dilemma, which they've been doing it for a while, most particularly a good chunk of their lives. Doesn't say for the duration of how long. That's kind of kept out of the blue, so there's really nothing to really. There's no backstory filling that up. Really, you're just given a little small little bit of history of hints of what the relationship is like and just how it's been slowly deteriorating and what's caused them to do the things they need to do to ensure the little brother's survival. It's a very bleak drama with horror elements into it, and I'm actually kind of drawn into those kind of movies more, where it's a human story, but there's horror elements, and you see the horrific choices that these people have to make to do something that they claim to be. I wouldn't say the greater good. I think that's a strong word, but something to where it's more along to their benefits of what they're trying to achieve in the film. It is kind of like a. I hate to say this. It does feel like a A24 film. It would feel like a film that A24 would have seen at Sundance and picked it up because it feels like it's something right up their alley. To be honest with you, the performances here are great. They're outstanding. The main focus of the film is really on the, I think, the middle sibling who's pretty much losing his sanity of having to commit these murders to ensure his younger brother's survival. And you see how mentally the toll is taken on in him. And you can kind of see where he's drawing the line between being sane and insane, and you slowly see that, and it's sad to watch because you feel like this guy has nowhere really to go, and he's trying to find a way out of the situation. The sister, and it's kind of like that kind of subconscious, like yeah, like it is like a psychological drama because you have this back and forth. Should I do this? Should I bail out? Should I stay with the family? Should I bail out? You have this tug of war environment between the characters, at least mostly the middle brother, the middle sibling. There's this tug of war vibe that he is pretty much pulled in either direction where he can't really break free from his life. And you see the strains that his sister and his younger brother has put on the guy, and you see that the guy is mentally breaking apart. The sister, who's pretty much hell bent on doing whatever she need to do, I think she's a little bit more, as much as you feel her sense of loving and caring and protection of the youngest, you could see that she's borderline ready to commit evil acts to ensure her younger brother's survival. But again, there's really not much backstory into why the youngest is a vampire. But there's really no. It doesn't really feel like a need to explain, to be honest with you, because it would add in more filler, and it would explain a few things. But I think it would maybe diminish the mindset of how these characters are in the situation that they're in, and I feel like it would drain the horror element away from the story if there was a backstory explaining certain aspects of it. The movie's around like 85, close to 90 minutes, so it not long, but it could feel like it does drag because it's a slow build character study of how a family is dealing with a sort of, I wouldn't necessarily say addiction, but a addiction like scenario of how it's pretty much damaging and kind of tearing apart each individual and how they're trying to grasp and cope with it. It's very fascinating. It's a fascinating watch. And it's not very bloody, but there are like some bloody images here for only for certain moments. So if you're gore, it's not really a gore fest. It's disturbing to the where the, at least for me, the lengths of someone willing to go for to commit these violent acts to ensure a loved one's survival. And it could be very shocking, it could be disturbing, and it could definitely be heartbreaking and mind breaking as well. This is a film for everybody. I'm just get that straight out, clear away. This is not a film for everybody, but it's a film I highly recommend, and you should really check this film out. especially you A24. I think this would have been a film. I think this would have been under your radar. uh, I'm not gonna say the title, but My Heart, whatever it is. Have you seen it? It's currently available on Tubi. I highly encourage you to check it out. If possible, I might try to link up a trailer in here somewhere for you to check it out. But it's on Tubi. Check it out. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.